Hello, YouTube. It's me, Junior. I'm back at it with another video. It's been a long time no see. I've been dealing with life, so what I'm saying. I had to step back from content creation to what I'm saying, get my life in order. But don't worry, um, I'm back with a new video. I'm gonna be very consistent this year. I'm gonna try to go crazy. I'm gonna try to do everything that I set my mind to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just my whole goal for this whole year is to be as consistent with this content creation because I really want to do this, and I'm gonna upload every Friday at 7 p.m. That's my whole goal this year. My whole goal for 2026 is post every Friday at 7 p.m. So this might get uploaded at 8. You know what I'm saying? Took me some time to do this because I was busy today. But yeah. The first video we're gonna start with 2026 is Drake's downfall. Me personally, Drake is a GOAT. Drake is a legend. He has some hits. He's really a hit maker. Like, he has some bangers. Like, he dead ass can't make a bad song. Like, there's something about Drake. He just knows how to make a good song. Like, Drake actually knows how to make a good song. And I know the war between him and Kendrick was legendary, and Kendrick did beat him. But in my opinion, I think realistically, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care if Drake and Kendrick, the beef was fun, but I don't it don't really matter to me because at the end of the day, Drake is a hit maker. I like the music. I actually listen to both. That's the thing. Me personally, I think it's better when you can listen to both without feeling like, oh, you gotta pick a side, you gotta pick this side. I feel like if you can just listen to both of them, because at the end of the day, their beef has nothing to do with me. Why the fuck do I care? I don't give a fuck. This has nothing to do with me. This doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. So I don't know why there's some people online, but I've been seeing on Twitter, but they be beefing. They act like this is like a gang war. This is not no gang war. This is dead ass just some beef, some things. I feel like it's just some problem between them. First of all, I want to know whatever beef they got going on. Like, what happened? What made them be on Drake? Because it was really they was just ganging up on Drake at first. They was dead as just everybody was just coming at Drake. I dead want to know what Drake did because I do think something happened between them, especially between all of them. I think Drake did something because there's no way they're going to go against Drake like that, especially out of nowhere. There had to be something. So yeah, let's start this video though.
It's over for my man. That guy.
I mean, we're jumping ahead, but you can't listen to the old no more. Like,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah.
All that shit.
It's been corrupted.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like he's stepping on his own dope.
For years, Drake stood tall as one of the present-day kings of hip-hop, excelling in the commercial lane like few have ever done before or since. Plus, he was battle-tested, even boasting an emphatic win over Meek Mill when they squared off. And even when he took a definitive L to Pusha T during their beef in 2018, he kept it hip-hop and bounced
yeah, when he said that he had a son. That shit was crazy.
Back, portraying himself as a student of the game.
I study rap battles for a living. Now, when you mention defenseless people who are sick in the hospital that passed away, that really sent me to a place where, I just believed then and believe now that there's just a price that you have to pay for that.
Then Kendrick Lamar came along. After throwing out some bait with Like That, a battle ensued, which, as you all probably know by now, led to the biggest defeat of Dre's life. And all the while, both Drake and his team claimed that he was unbothered.
He didn't give a fuck. He was genuinely unfazed. As he shouldn't. He's a fucking guy. I respected it a lot, and I talked to him. That shit didn't bother him. I never saw him down.
Y'all think it bothered him? In my opinion, I do think it did. I think it definitely bothered him because he was being called one of the worst things that somebody can be called. And I do think that, because the thing is, some people were believing it. Some people, of course, they were defending him, saying that he wasn't. But it's people were and the thing is, I think also, it was in the clubs, they were singing the song and everything. Is I do think it did bother him. There's no way it did not bother him, at least. Because at the end of the day, he's being clowned by the whole internet. Everybody's clowning him for it and saying he lost. So it did definitely had to bother him.
Ever. I never saw him kicking his fucking foot, holding his head down. And then to a point where I just stopped talking to him about it because I felt like I was the one bringing him the negativity.
But it's clear now that nothing could be further from the truth. Not only is Drake obviously bothered by it, but it's hitting him so hard that he's not just spiraling as Kendrick prophesied on his song Euphoria, but he's taking his entire career down with him through a string of historically bad decisions. And now, the fact that he's moving forward with a defamation lawsuit over a diss track feels like the final nail in the coffin for his legacy in hip-hop.
If you move forward and do a lawsuit, you're gonna look stupid.
According to the doc,
he said that was their response to him. Like, listen,
these are battle rappers. This is hip hop. This is rap. This is what every artist before you that had that crown did. We could go through Tupac. He did the same thing. We could go through Pusha T. We could go through Jay-Z. We could go through Ice Cube. We could go through, of course, Kendrick. We could go through Nas. We could go through 50 Cent,
Jay-Z,
Cameron. So
Prodigy,
many Common, Prodigy,
50 Cent,
Remy Ma.
I think the problem with Drake is that he don't know how to lose. I think he's definitely a sore loser. I do think that. I think he just thinks that this is how he's gonna win. In reality, this is how he keeps losing because, like, at the end of the day, this is really like a public thing. Because at the end of the day, no, like, it's all about winning the public. All this whole beef was is about winning the public because nobody's gonna die, nobody's gonna get shot, nobody's fighting over this. This is all about winning the public. So at the end of the day, this is really was about winning the public. So at the end of the day, all Drake is trying to do, in my opinion, is trying to win the public. When in reality, he's failing at that. Because at the end of the day, they all see him as a fucking sore loser. Because this is some sore loser shit. At the end of the day, hey, not everyone believes that what the... At the end of the day, hey, you know, all fair and square, it is what it is. Just keep making some bangers. Keep dropping some... That's the thing I think Drake did not understand. He should have just continued making some bangers. Like, he should have just continued dropping songs and shit.
Nicki Minaj,
nobody
Nori,
has ever
Eazy-E. Like,
nobody in the history of losing a rap battle has reacted with more whole-like antics than Aubrey Graham.
but it's a rap battle. Like, you win, you lose. You can't lose and then say, I lost and it's not fair what you said. Do you go back and listen to some of these diss records and how disrespectful they were?
Yeah,
like,
and listen, don't get me wrong.
It's your boy Luesta, and today we're diving into the self-destruction of Drake. A story that begins on May 4th, 2024, a day that historians of the culture will remember as the start of the unraveling of Drake's unchallenged dominance in hip-hop. That afternoon, Kendrick Lamar, fresh off the release of his scathing and ominous Meet the Grams, Unleashed Not Like Us, what started as a sharp diss soon exploded into a global phenomenon, dominating the summer and eventually becoming a multi-Grammy nominated track and a defining anthem for the West Coast. From the pop-out to the unveiling of its music video, this track, which labeled Drake as a certified PDF file, made it abundantly obvious who won the battle. While Dot took endless victory laps, Drizzy unveiled terrible diss tracks like Wangwan Delilah, collaborated with Camila Cabello, and posted a succession of selfies on social media that no man approaching his 40s should be sharing with the world. In the eyes of critics like Anthony Fantano,
Drake just be doing shit. Like, Drake, I like Drake. The thing is, also when the whole beef was going on, bro, he was just posting shit on, like, the internet. Like, he was just posting shit on his Instagram. It's like, bruh. And that's why I think Kendrick won also, is because Kendrick was just making music. He was not really posting. He was not, bro. Because the thing about Drake, I think he was just trying to troll this nigga. When in reality, he shouldn't. He should have trolled him. He should have just been, you know what? Let me focus on the music. Let me actually think about actually trying to defeat him instead of me posting shit. Because the thing is, Drake was just posting shit. Kendrick was like, nah. Kendrick was like, you know what? I'm going to focus on music because this is what it's about. It's about the music. I think that's why. I think that whole posting this shit, the red button shit, is what, like, Drake failed at. Like, that ass.
he claimed that,
and all Drake fans can do at this point is seethe and cope and sit there obediently as he shovels trash like this down their throats, which, you know, honestly is like the closest I have come to genuinely feeling bad for Drake fans in a minute. But yeah, I don't want to hear this song ever again for the rest of my life.
For a while, it seemed like the loss, while damaging, could still be salvageable. But soon, Drake revealed that he planned to do the unthinkable and pursue legal action against UMG and Spotify in the wake of the defeat, claiming that they used bots to boost Kendrick Lamar's streams and other backhanded tactics to artificially give K-Dot the edge, even though everyone seemed dubious to begin with. including his own cheerleader, Academics.
What's really interesting about Drake's claim is that if you watch the Academics interview, Academics questions the veracity, the truth of this guy saying, hey bro, are you sure? Like, somebody promised you points for bot streams? There's producers and engineers and people who feature on songs who don't get a % of the song. And somebody promised you. Academics questioned this guy's story. Anyway, Drake's lawyers saw it fit for a filing in a New York state court, and they say, look, this is some evidence of the bots.
Now, all right, I'll be honest with you. I talked to my man from Spotify. I won't say the name right now, but legit.
That's crazy because Drake right now, even though this video is really old, it's crazy because Drake right now, like, isn't he facing some bot allegations, which is crazy. That shit's so crazy.
Spotify nigga, he said, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that person on your stream was talking about. Them Kendrick streams is real. That's what
I'm saying. What I did, I called the people that I know oversee those people that play like that, and I PTR'd it on my floor. They said, "Whack, we didn't work that. We didn't touch that."
And as the world lost its mind over what this meant for his legacy, Drake insisted he wasn't going to discuss it.
This already is gonna tell me it's clearly not Drake, right? So Drake didn't tell her this. Again, first of all, I reached out to Drake too. Drake, he's not speaking on this, right? And he doesn't need to speak on it. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a lawsuit. You get what I'm saying?
As always, that silence created a vacuum. And in the absence of any real clarification about his intentions from Drake, his fanbase tried to fill in the blanks. Meanwhile, from everyone else, he was resoundingly clowned, with many of those who had been in the same circles as him and knew more than the public was privy to, feeling like he deserved it.
And so now we see what he's doing at the face of adversity. Or he's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes, being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be. I'm not here to fucking play games with you niggas. Niggas know what it is out there.
People like Budden weren't the only ones either, as almost everyone who ever grew weary of Drake's endless subliminals relished in seeing him fall down.
Drake has been openly and covertly taking shot after shot after shot after shot after shot at his contemporaries, at total randos like Esperanza Spalding, taking the crappiest side totally at random in the whole Megan Tory Lanez thing. Honestly, nobody asked what you thought about any of these things or any of these people. You're just making yourself look like a fucking asshole. You're just making enemy after enemy after enemy totally for no reason whatsoever. Of course that's gonna catch up to you at some point. He constantly bitches and moans and whines and complains about, I got no friends.
Bro, Drake had to do something. Bro, I be wondering, what did Drake even do? There's no way they all came at him like that. He had, the thing is, Drake is not innocent. That's the thing. People be thinking, no, Drake is not, he had to do something. There's something that Drake did that they all were mad at because, bro, they were on his ass.
Streets, it's lonely at the top. That has nothing to do with you. That's not your doing in any way whatsoever. That's just completely by accident. That's just because people were mean.
While others who weren't so gleeful about it tried to step in his shoes and unpack what was going on. In 50 Cent's case, he saw it as a desperate attempt to abruptly shut down the entire world from calling him a PDF file during one of the biggest sporting events on the planet.
I thought that was Drake's team trying to prevent the Super Bowl from doing more damage.
Right.
Because if you sue Apple and you sue the Universal Music Group during the period where Apple was over the music at the Super Bowl halftime, if they're already in a lawsuit, so they're already financially having to incur costs to defend themselves, and they know what that is regardlessly. We know how much frivolous lawsuits come through, but it costs you a minimum of the money to cut and handle it. So when they see that, if you didn't reach out, if his attorneys reached out to corporate at the NFL and said, we have this issue over this song.
Right.
It's already a pending case. We don't want you guys to allow that to air and then you be a part of the damages.
Then, out of nowhere, Drake seemed to have second thoughts. Suddenly, he was backtracking, retracting the petition after his company, Frozen Moments LLC, revealed that they had, quote, met and conferred with UMG and Spotify on January 14th, 2025 regarding this filing. Spotify unsurprisingly had no objection to the withdrawal and discontinuance, while UMG chose to stay completely silent on the matter. As it seemed like they were about to put this behind them without costs to any party, people began to wonder why. Initially, the obvious reason seemed to be that the fierce battle with UMG seriously damaged his capacity to release music, meaning that he now needed to drop tracks and cover weight.
He's not winning that shit. He is not winning that shit at all.
Such as that massive 100 gigs drop he did,
think he didn't
or
even
the
win.
Fighting Irish freestyle.
He might as well just tell us prepare for a cold winter, because I don't think we're getting no new music from him. I don't want that, so that's why I think it's bad. I want new Drake music, and I want his music to do well. I don't think his music or anybody's
I mean, he's
music
dropping
could
Iceman.
do the best to its ability.
Hopefully it's good.
without the
Hopefully
label.
it's actually good.
An industry
You know what I'm
is
saying?
baked in the
Iceman.
cake. If you're not with Universal, Sony, or if you're not with Warner, your music just won't get to the next leg.
Still, even with the petition being withdrawn, it seemed like there'd be consequence for it. In the eyes of Wack 100, he felt that the whole thing was such a bad look that he was bound to sell less when it came time to drop again.
Well, what's gonna happen now? He probably gonna end up getting 250 to 400 instead of the 600 he was chasing. His next album is probably gonna do a 30% drop. Why? Because everything you snitched on, fucking it up for the up and coming artists, they're not gonna use for you no more. So if he was did like 450 last time, he gonna do like 275 to 320, right? Because you ain't finna get that extra push. You told, nigga.
Yet the most important thing was that for a brief moment, the whole thing seemed like it was over. And while it naturally prompted more mockery to come his way, it was nothing Drake wasn't used to at this point.
Obviously, the sheer asinine decision to file legal filings over a rap battle is one of the wildest cases of spiraling I think I've ever seen in rap, right? On its own. And so now here we are 6 weeks after, we'll say.
But if people like Wack, Charlemagne, and essentially every cultural voice not named DJ Academics or Maul thought it looked terrible, well, he was about to make things a whole lot worse for his next play. But the optics were pretty shady, even when it was a petition to sue over alleged bots. Drake then went one further and decided to file a full defamation lawsuit against UMG. And immediately, people couldn't believe it.
I'm just laying out the facts here and saying, this does not look good. This looks like you're outside of the culture. This looks like you are doing something crazy. If you have an explanation for it, I'd like to hear it. I'd love to hear Drake's explanation for this. It might be a brilliant one. But as of now, it just looks like he's suing somebody for doing the thing that everybody does in a rap battle, which is talk shit. And do we really think that people are out there trying to beat up Drake or kill Drake or get vigilante justice for pedophilia? I'm not sure I believe that.
With that one decision,
I think
Drake seemed to cement
is that he is being called one of the worst things, but I do think that like the thing is, if Drake just continued dropping good music, I think people would have forgot about it. But the thing is that it hit him so hard he just can't forget about it. Like he just can't, like, because I think it's also him, like something about like being called that and like a song people singing, the Super Bowl, the Grammys, like Kendrick winning Grammys for that, is like it hits him in his soul, like, because the thing is, yo, he really sang that shit in the Super Bowl. He really also like won Grammys for the diss. It's like, damn. You have Beyonce and Jay-Z also like being damn happy about the like dancing, and Taylor, like it's like damn, like it's like everybody is happy that he fucking lost. So it's like, and also he's being called one of the worst things on earth, like the worst things. So it's like it must hurt him really, really bad. But I think if he dropped music, if he stayed, like, because the thing is, people would have bro, the only reason why people are not forgetting is because of the lawsuit, and also because of the he be going on park. But the thing about Drake, he just be doing bullshit. He just be doing dumb shit. The only thing Drake should do is drop music. That's it. And I think, no crazy shit, he gotta stay away from social media. He gotta deadass just stop posting, stop doing that shit, and just straight just lock in. Just like that. I mean, he don't gotta be mysterious, but he do gotta like focus more on like making music instead of being on social media. Because he be on social media, like, but he be posting a lot, bro. He be posting a lot. He be also on podcasts. He be streaming. Nothing wrong with streaming, but it's like, you know, I do think he just gotta get back to back in the day. Like, yo, when you think about Drake, you was like, yo, that's Drake. That's like, yo, that's Drake. Now it's like, oh, well, that's Drake. You know what I'm saying? I feel like him streaming, him like being on social media a lot, posting all that. It's like, I don't know. Like, Drake is not what Drake used to be.
the idea that he was a loser. And as a hilarious byproduct of the whole thing, some of his past bars from the beef now look hilarious. For instance, there's this line from The Hard Part 6 where he said, "First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet it's filed in?" Or the line on TaylorMade where he dared Kendrick to basically call him a PDF file. But the most notable and relevant line to what Drizzy is experiencing now doesn't even come from this specific era. Instead, it's a bar from More Life's Do Not Disturb where he said, "I'd probably self-destruct if I ever lose, but I never do." Because now that
that explains everything now. I mean, it's like losing hits him so. Like the thing is, in life, you gotta learn how to lose. We all lose. We just gotta learn how to handle it. That's what I think. That's the most important part about losing is knowing how to handle it after. Because the thing is, that would determine your whole future after. Because at the end of the day, hey, we all lose in life. We're not always gonna get things in life. We're not always gonna win things in life. That's just how life works. But it's like learning how to move on from the failure, like learning from the failure, getting better from the failure is the most important part. I think the thing about Drake, he won so much, they just can't think about losing. Losing hurts him in his soul. It's too much for him, so he gotta find a way how to win again. When in reality, bro, the way he won is by dropping music. Because I think people really don't give a fuck. We don't care. Like, niggas don't care. Niggas don't give a fuck. Like, just drop music. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta drop the music. You just gotta drop the music. That's it. If you drop music, drop bangers, I think niggas will forgot about it a long time. Like, they don't care. And then the beef, yeah, as in the past, it was crazy when it happened, but bro, we have moved on from it, bro. Life goes on, bro.
he's facing a career-altering L, he's essentially done exactly that. But this didn't happen in isolation. Instead, it's been an accumulation of terrible moves that's led us to this present moment where now, it appears he may have done irredeemable damage to his career, legacy, and prospects for the future. At the moment, Drake is suing Universal Music Group in federal court for spreading what he deemed to be a false and malicious narrative about him, arguing that they are now valuing corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists. Drake and his legal team have tried their utmost to insist that this has got nothing to do with the loss in the battle itself. UMG may spin this complaint as a rap beef gone legal, the documents read, but this lawsuit is about a war of words between artists. Drake alleges that UMG unleashed every weapon in its arsenal to amplify Lamar's track, even though the company was fully aware that the lyrics were not only false, but dangerous. Feeling betrayed by his own record label, which he claims waged a campaign against him while refusing to address the issue as a business matter, Drake said he had no choice but to pursue legal action against UMG. Despite claiming it wasn't about a war of words, the lawsuit zeroes in on just that. In the lawsuit, Drake argues that the song is defamatory, alleging the lyrics, album cover, and video promote a false and malicious narrative, accusing him of being a certified pedophile and a who should be placed on neighborhood watch. It also claims that the song cover depicts his Toronto home, marked with icons used by apps like Citizen to identify offender. While the video reinforces this narrative with imagery linked to trafficking,
he did call Kendrick that he beats his wife. So you know what I'm saying? I thought, shit. He did say, yo, Kendrick be beating his wife, and then, you know, his kid is not his kid. So you know what I'm saying?
Scotch scene paired with the line, trying to strike a chord, but it's probably A minor. Despite the lawsuit targeting UMG, Drake maintains Kendrick isn't the issue. The lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that chose to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize allegations it knew were not only false but dangerous. Much as they did when the petition was brought up initially, UMG's sentiment remained one of dismissal. Experiencing a rare moment where the major labels aren't seen as the evil empire that they usually are, Universal Music Group
that's crazy. Look how Bad Bunny is right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest artists like in the world. Like, that's crazy. You would have thought that Bad Bunny would have been one of the biggest, especially from that era when he came out, bro. Oh my gosh, that's actually insane, bro.
The opportunity to tell Drake to get over the loss, rather than seeking revenge where it's not warranted. In a lengthy statement, Universal pushed back against Drake's lawsuit, calling his claims both false and illogical. They emphasized their long-standing support for Drake, citing massive investments in his career and the tireless efforts of their employees to help him achieve historic success. They also argued that Drake had willingly used their platform to engage in rap battles in the past and is now attempting to weaponize the legal system to silence another artist's creative expression. Overall, they firmly denied engaging in defamation and vowed to vigorously defend themselves and their artists against what they see as frivolous litigation. Almost immediately, the lawsuit had become a source of hilarity. To legal professionals, it has been deemed so flimsy that he's getting cooked by legal experts on live television.
It seems like a failed attempt sort of not to look petty, not to look like he's suing the artist that just, you know, annihilated him in this rap battle. Let's just call it for what it is. That song is a banger, right?
All the while, the shift in tone and approach was one that only further damaged his standing among hip-hop fans. Because while here he had previously said that the petition was about bots, this is literally about the lyrical content of the track. What's wild is that he's now trying to suppress free speech, which goes against everything he previously stood for, especially when he advocated for Young Thug, a rapper whose lyrics were being used against him in court as well. Ironically, that stance was one many hip-hop fans didn't even support at the time. Friendly reminder that in 2022, Drake signed a letter alongside other artists that protested against the use of rap lyrics in court. The lawsuit he just filed does exactly that. This man has always been a hypocritical slimeball. He stands for nothing that doesn't help him win.
I mean, bruh. It's like that thing where like some people, they don't care unless it happens to them. Like like they don't talk about it unless it happens to them. Since it wasn't happening to him, of course he was advocating for that. But since it happened to him, now he's advocating, yo, this is like, you should, like, what? Like, they just called me one of the worst things. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like some people, like, unless it happens to them, they're gonna advocate saying, yo, you shouldn't use this in court, this and the third. But then when it happens to him, he's like, no. I need this song off the charts. I need this. Like, this is bad. This is bad. Like, they accusing me of the worst things. I can go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that.
Another important aspect of the lawsuit that couldn't be overlooked was the attack on his home that happened shortly after Not Like Us dropped.
Police confirmed that they are investigating an overnight shooting outside of the home of rapper Drake. Here's a live look this morning at the scene. This is outside 21 Park Lane Circle in North York, well known to be the home of the Toronto-born rapper. One man was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. Police have confirmed to City News that the victim is not Drake.
In the lawsuit, Drake and his team seek to directly link the assault, which led to a bodyguard being shot and a bullet getting lodged in his door, to K-Dot's diss track. He then reveals that a man attempted to dig a hole to enter the property, as well as another instance of trespassing the following day too. Reportedly, this prompted him to move his family for their protection. And while anyone would empathize with that, what's not really working is his attempts to scapegoat that particular track as the source of all aggression towards him, especially when he threw a lot of disses out on Family Matters and push-ups.
That's very whack, by the way, and I'll tell you why. Because Drake wasn't just, going back and forth with Kendrick. He was going back and forth with multiple artists. And the Weeknd's manager gets shot.
And something happened with
California,
right? And everybody, then a few weeks later, the shooting happened at the security guard with Drake, and they had an issue. So why are you just pointing at Kendrick and saying Not Like Us caused this?
I'll get to it. So he details the fact that not only was he home, but he had to endure what the security guard went through. He wasn't physically shot, but it was, there was like a mental distress almost, or like a stress on him, because he was a part of the people that they were trying to stop the bleeding on the guard. The ambulance took 30 minutes to get there. So it was a very tragic situation that he had to endure. And he's saying that they point this to the song because of the art on Not Like Us.
Above all, the attempts to claim that Kendrick Lamar's bars incited violence means that he's essentially calling for censorship, but only in one direction.
Was Family Matters not also published under UMG, where Drake accuses Kendrick Lamar of beating his wife, not being the father to his children? And I know one accusation is societally viewed as significantly worse than the other. That's why Drake is going on this whole press tour about how much trouble and damage he's been given from Not Like Us. So I get that the stakes are different, but the action is the same. He's pretending like UMG prioritized Kendrick Lamar in this instance.
Drake even taunted Kendrick multiple times, telling him that if he really wanted Tupac's rings, as he claimed in his song Euphoria, then he should come get it himself, essentially daring him to break into his house.
You gotta model me for Shout out Nadine. You gotta model me for Nocta, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
It's not my shit, but I still got it though.
How much is that ring worth?
Come get it out of the crib.
Sorry, I don't pocket watch.
With this willful ignorance and his own role in creating enemies, fans see it as just another example of how Drake has become increasingly unhinged since taking the L. Such as one user who wrote, "The boy been losing his mind since his beef with Kendrick. That man got beef with rappers, singers, basketball players, anybody associated with Kendrick.
Now because
and
LeBron
if anything
like,
further emphasizes how far
Kendrick's
out of touch
music.
he is with reality, it's the fact that he's even coming after the YouTube community for their reactions.
Like,
And a
beefing with
base
LeBron is crazy, bro. Like, come on now, bro. Like you can't get mad at LeBron. I mean, it is crazy though. Like you are dancing in a song that is calling this nigga a pedophile. That shit is crazy work. But then again, it's a song. Like at the end of the day, if you're not a pedo, it is what it is because they call that nigga a wife beater. He beats his wife. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, eye for an eye, shit. But being a pedo is way worse. Way worse. But at the end of the day, hey, it's a song. At the end of the day.
claim, Drake suggested that the reaction community were over-exaggerating when they first heard Not Like Us to artificially boost its popularity.
They were just being real.
Immediately,
I mean,
Zaya...
you can't blame them for actually like. That's the thing. You can't blame them for actually liking like the song was good. Like that's the thing. I think Drake does. The song was actually good. Like I hate when people say the song wasn't good. It was good, bro. It was good. Like Not Like Us was actually a good song. Like it dead ass made you want to dance, even though it was the words in the song was crazy, but it made you want to dance.
S&B Lou disputed claims of being paid. Instead, they argued that the song simply went hard.
If this your first time hearing Not Like Us, what the are you supposed to do? If a motherfucker come on this bitch, dun 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 dun, you know, it's what the you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
That shit was a banger.
Yeah, it was a banger.
That shit was a banger. Even you as a Drake fan, you can admit that Not Like Us was the definite banger in this whole entire beat.
And in what must be an alarming new trend for Drizzy, even academics conceded that he was maybe in denial about the track just striking a major chord.
Yeah, no, it was a hit. It was a hit.
Because the narrative that they trying to spin in this lawsuit is that UMGs created incentives for reactors to react in the way that we did, and that's why the song went up. When it's like, no, regardless of any UMG did, we was gonna react the same way that we did, bro.
Because we did the same way with Drake, bro. When his shit was booming, bro, I'm hearing bars and I'm lit, bro. I get lit, bro. That's me, bro. You feel me?
I've said this to a few people privately, but I think I've said this publicly too. I think one of the ways how Drake views this whole thing is that he really don't think that song is as lit as
what was I saying earlier?
But it is though.
Next time I will be.
You feel me?
Faced with this wild accusation, the duo even considered how they could get a bag from Drake over it with a suit of their own.
Is there any play in a countersuit with Drake's lawsuit, being that he mentioned us? I'm on stream, by the way. Because I'm not gonna lie, like when I saw me and B. Lou was mentioned in the lawsuit, I haven't been at ease all day.
Well, what did it say? I actually I was unaware of that.
Yeah, it said that it made claims that we reacted in a certain way because UMG lifted our copyright, and I've been getting all kinds of threats from OVO. Like my family been getting threats. They've been like finding my address. Crazy. I just been distressed all day.
Others, such as No Life Shaq, just straight up clowned him.
This nigga Drake them snitched on the reaction community. It's no way. It's no way you.
I mean, they was gonna react to it no matter what. Like, I didn't. Bruh, the song was good. Like, that's the thing. I think Drake doesn't understand. The song was good, bro. They was going to react to it regardless of how. Like, I don't think just because UMG they put where they can get money from it. I don't think it was gonna change the way they saw the song. I think they were probably just happy that they was getting money from it. But at the end of the day, it was not gonna change their opinions on if the song was good or not. Like, the song was good.
Is in this case, dog. Nigga, we chilling, having fun, and you got us listed in the case. Oh, this gotta be the softest nigga ever, dog. Man, hey, Drake, you ain't hip hop, bro. It's no way. You a great artist. I give you that all day long. I promise you. Can't take that from you. But bro, you gotta be the softest nigga in the history of
Earth. You're a great artist doesn't mean you know what I'm saying? That's the thing is I mean, people do be saying, yo, separate the artist from the, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's just a sore loser. I mean, hey, we all have our own flaws. Like, at the end of the day, this is a human being who at the end of the day has his own flaws, who at the end of the day ain't perfect. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, look Look at this, y'all.
Then, as often happens with these arguments Drake has made, there was the hypocritical side to it all that only further damages his credibility. As the news broke, another reaction channel, Screwface John, suggested that there was no copyright claims against his reaction to the song Push-Ups by Drake either. But that's only scraping the surface. After all, this is the same guy who told Kai Cenat to stay on stream to react to his diss track, and whose team allegedly tried to pay Rob Markman to take his side in the beef.
I tell you one further, and I'm gonna be honest, and I haven't said this, and I was approached during the battle by a team connected with the OVO side and asked me to
wait. So wait, if Drake's team is telling people, yo, to be on, so yeah, like Drake ain't winning this shit at all. Drake, yo, like, how are you asking people to be on your side and then you accusing the other nigga saying that, yo, he's getting people to be on his side when you are getting people to be on your side? Like, no crazy shit. Him asking Kai, like, yo, Kai, stay. Yo, I'm gonna drop something. Bro, you're literally asking him to be on your side. Like, not me asking him to be on your side, but you like telling him, yo, watch, this shit about to be fire. Like, yo, this, like, you want, like, you know what I'm saying? You're using literally the streamer community stuff because you have a connection with Kai. You know, because at the end of the day, people who fuck with Kai, if you fuck with Kai, the chat's gonna fuck with you because you fuck with Kai, this and the third. So it's like, yo, you're using that shit to your advantage too. Bruh. I'm telling you, he's a sore loser. That's what Drake is. He's just a sore loser. It's okay though. You know what I'm saying? We all human. We all have our own flaws. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Only Jesus Christ is perfect. None of us is perfect. You know, so we have our own flaws. He's just a sore loser. I think that's what it is. He's just a sore, like, he just like, he's been winning so much that one L is like, which is crazy. He probably has lost before, but it's because this shit is like, everybody knows about this L. It's like, yo, it doesn't sit right with him, bro.
Show the boys some love.
Like
bro, you know, again, I was being as unbiased as possible. I was calling it like I said, but they asked me, yo, we know you're unbiased. Really said it. We know you're unbiased, and we like that you're unbiased and you really try to call it straight. But can you show the guy some love? And no money was offered. No, absolutely no money was offered. But you know, they kind of offered some things, some information, some access, and say, yo, and we'll make it that you could play his songs in your videos. You know, we'll whitelist it. Ultimately, I declined.
Above all else, what's clear is that in the court of public opinion, playing the card that he is an innocent bystander can't fly when tracks like Family Matters are still out there in the world. Drake isn't a victim. He attacked Kendrick's family and child first. He put the same risk on Kendrick's family he's complaining about. Kendrick's kids also have to go to school. Kendrick's wife matters. He has a history of involving other men's families or significant others. Battling on all fronts, Drake just can't seem to escape damaging his public image. Because at this point, it isn't even a crash out, but crash landing to earth. In Academics' opinion, all of this behavior in the wake of Not Like Us all comes down to the fact that he simply can't fathom taking the L when he's usually accustomed to wins.
Without any business, no matter what, you're supposed to take some of your profits and put it back into marketing. You're supposed to have a rollout. You're supposed to keep investing to keep getting more and more listeners or eyes or consumers to grow. You're not just to say, I'm the guy, I'm the hottest, and maybe because I'm putting out the hottest music and I'm making some social moves and you see me do a collab with 21 or Future, I don't need to do the other shit. But if you ask me, I think Drake has done that. So I'm not even I'm not saying Kendrick used bots, but if Kendrick had a rollout, I'm not blaming Kendrick at all.
But he must be getting used to it because at the moment, he doesn't even recover from one public-facing disaster before he sets off another one. After all, this comes at a time when he's already in a one-way dispute with LeBron James. Following their appearance at the Pop-Out, Drake had smoke for a succession of basketball stars, including former Toronto Raptor DeMar DeRozan. But this was just one of many basketball beefs which he has focused on as opposed to trying to outdo K-Dot. Currently, Drake is deeply in his feelings over what he sees as the betrayal of a man who he counted as a friend.
Yo, doesn't he have like LeBron tatted on him? That shit is crazy, yo. He really has LeBron tatted on him.
Or at least admired, to the point that he literally got his high school jersey tattooed on his arm. In Drake's defense, it truly did seem like they were all good. In fact, you only need to go back as far as November of 2023 to see him literally being accompanied at shows by James and his son. But it seems like whatever bond they had imploded when LeBron showed up in the crowd at the pop-out. With Drake's reputation in shambles and Kendrick continuing to rise, it appears that LeBron has gone all in as a K-Dot fan. And for Drake, this must have been a rough lesson to learn after being a kingmaker for
Drake
so
music.
long.
He likes Kendrick's music, bro. He don't want to pick no side. He just likes the music. I think that's what it is. Even though he's like Drake's friend, but he's like, you know what? I also like Kendrick's music.
Because once people are looking at you sideways, those fair weather bonds that aren't built on real friendships will fall apart. Soon, leaked DMs made the rounds, with it appearing that Drake was making some bold claims about LeBron's adulterous ways. Me and Universal is like Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife, not Adidas or Reebok. Nike, the company he's been with since he started. My situation is not no street shit. From there, the allusions to his problems with LeBron just kept coming with the Fighting Irish freestyle, in which a wounded Drizzy seemed to be suggesting that he wouldn't hesitate to ruin LeBron's reputation. In the lyrics, he said, "Talking about we family, well, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever got to tarnish your public image. All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling." From there, academics filled in the blanks by going on the attack.
Newsflash for LeBron. Yo, LeBron, I talked to enough whores in Canada. I've talked to enough people. Maybe Drake will keep teasing it. Let me just tell you what I've heard. Yo, LeBron, you and Drake used to go on 2-man, okay?
This is so crazy. Like, this is like, yo, like, all LeBron did was literally listen, like, go to a rollout of Kendrick. That's it. So, like, a concert of Kendrick. That's all he did. For him to say, like, for academics to say this shit is crazy. Like, because the only reason why academics probably, okay, of course he might have heard, but bro, Drake probably has also told stories. Who knows? He probably has told stories to academics, and that's why academics is saying, like, yo, bro, that's pretty much saying, yo, you can't trust Drake, bro. Because it's literally proven that, bro, okay, yeah, academics probably gets this info, but bro, Drake probably has told that shit. I could try to he's probably has told shit to academics about, like, LeBron. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is crazy. Mind you, all LeBron did was go to a concert to listen to some music, which he has every right to. He's a grown-ass man, bro.
He seemed to be the only one. For one, Ebro and those at Hot 97 couldn't believe that this was what he was doing to another high-profile figure.
I've never seen bitch asses like this. This is what I'm saying, and I think for the average person, it's got to be fairly confusing, because why is Drake going at LeBron?
Because LeBron danced to Like Us and was rapping Man in the Garden from the GNX album on social media.
At the pop-out
Now,
so
for
Drake's
the record,
feelings are hurt, so he's going at a dude who can't rap.
No, but yes, but real quick,
And
Sean,
outing his family?
Sean, yes, to your point, yes. I want to be clear. I said on this radio station last week, and I said it with my chest, I understand why Drake would be annoyed after the years of friendship that LeBron would be so publicly, like, supporting Kendrick's music. I get how that would make you feel a way.
And Drake has LeBron tattooed on his body.
Shawnee, stop saying the things I don't understand. I'm saying what I do understand. Okay, yes.
Meanwhile, he was just outright clowning
I mean,
Charlamagne
it's true.
in the
That is
Breakfast
crazy.
Club,
Like,
channeling the
your
days
man's,
where
like,
memes
out here
about Drake being over.
Singing your op song and shit, and the op song is about you. That shit is crazy. Like, dissing you, that shit crazy. But hey, maybe LeBron just like, bro, he just likes the music. Who knows, bro? He's just not that invested, because we don't know the relationship between LeBron and him. We don't know how tight they are.
Sensitive ruled the internet.
It sound like a love letter, like, yo, what happened? You cheated, like, you know what I'm saying? It sound like they was lovers. Like, this is too much.
It do sound like Drake broke up with all his NBA booze in his head. DeMar DeRozan, Bron.
You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Like, yo, what's going on with you?
I like when Drake raps, but why are you sitting around writing the heartbreak records?
But that's what he should
because
do.
These guys,
in a dark, dim room.
But that's what he should do. That's what we said. Instead of going to Instagram and IG and social media, he should be putting it in his music. I would have loved to hear an album off of it.
But you writing the heartbreak records because you got your ass kicked in a rap battle and everybody and their mama
R&B.
agrees with
Which
you.
is so crazy. I said he shouldn't be online talking about it. He should put it in his music. And then when he puts it in his music, you're saying he's a sucker for putting it in his music.
No, we just saying don't sound gay about it when you're doing it. That's what we're simply trying to say.
That's his feelings.
Aside from academics, Maul, and the rest of the OVO Avengers, it feels like Drake is only winning with streamers and fellow Stake associates like XQC and Aiden Ross.
I guess I should give a little intro. Like, I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do.
He likes
music, in case
Aiden.
you didn't know.
Yo, he be
I'm
around
here,
Aiden a lot.
As you can see, fully intact, mind, body, and soul. In case you were wondering, right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't.
And
work.
X2
Cheers
because
to
he also
everybody.
like took on extra.
Words to
like,
live by. Real talk. Cheers
Chat?
to
You have to like
everybody.
X2
Love
bunch.
W's for everybody.
Yeah.
Maxes tonight. Anitas.
We need Max winner.
Anitas tonight. Listen.
As when it comes to hip hop, it feels like everyone has collectively taken a step back from their fandom, if not distanced themselves entirely. Meanwhile, the less said about the West Coast, the better. There's literally billboards clowning him out here. Elsewhere, it feels like you can't refresh a feed on any social media platform without seeing someone clowning him in an inventive way.
If you don't like me, I'ma sue you.
You know the judge is OVO, Crody.
Go ahead, get your lawyers on the phone, cause I'm about to sue you.
That wop's gonna be evidence, baby.
And yes, I'm for real 38 years old, but I'm just
And as the fallout from the news of the lawsuit reaches
I wonder does he be seeing this shit? Does he be seeing like getting clowned and all that shit on the internet? I mean, he definitely has to. Do you think he be seeing like the Twitter shit? Like, because Twitter, yo, they be clowning his ass, bro. I mean, they be defending him though. They be defending him, but they will also be clowning his ass.
His fans are left trying to find any angle in which this could be deemed a win.
Him filing this lawsuit meant that Universal has to commission probably at least $1 million in responding, gathering some type of discovery, because that's what comes really next, filing motions, doing all these show cause motions, setting all, like, you know, probably it's going to be a lot of money. They have obviously an extensive legal team, but now Drake is costing them money in court when he used to make them money on Spotify.
But for the most part, they're having to concede that there are a few ways to spin it in his favor.
Did you communicate with that label to say, hey, you have my, did you communicate with them in Spotify to say, hey, you have my house as a cover art to the song and my house just got shot at? Stop. Because if none of those things or communications happen, it seems a lot like it's happening in post when really nothing could be done. I guess you could get money, but it then would lead the like-minded people who I see are a lot on Twitter who are saying, no, this lawsuit's only filed because you lost.
And in the worst case scenario, they feel like he might be cooked no matter what happens.
Because I didn't think Drake was gonna file a lawsuit at all. I was like, why not just file the lawsuit? Instead, what the petition was asking for was, yo, show us some of the things that we have no access to that we could get the proof to file the lawsuit. And I'm like, just file the lawsuit, then ask for that in discovery. That's what people do. So I thought this was a leveraging play from Drake. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Drake at some point was gonna drop it after Universal probably be like, this is a bad look for us, whatever. But me, honestly, I think secretly, I think Universal, this is me speaking here, I think Universal has responded in a way that Drake didn't think they would respond. I think they're saying to Drake, oh, you really think you that nigga? Well, fuck you, fuck a settlement, and fuck your career.
Now that he has pressed the proverbial red button, Drizzy has to stick to his guns. And at the moment, it appears that there is no way to solve it. And it's only liable to get worse when Kendrick takes to the stage at the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks' time.
Doing this to help other artists is not about no other artists, it's about himself. Had he won the battle, he would have not filed nothing. He would have not filed nothing. And you could just see that from the simple fact about how all these niggas was talking greasy after the battle. They talking about doing stuff to people, they talking about all this other stuff, and then now we get this federal lawsuit. Some think it's a ploy for him to put Kendrick in a position to not perform, not like us. Some people say behind the scenes he's crashing against the NFL. Listen, it's about to get darker. If you thought this shit wasn't dark, bro, if you thought that you wasn't already going through it, if you thought that, you know what I mean, you've met your worst when it came to this battle, you have seen nothing yet.
As he's backed into a corner, people can't believe the fall from grace that they're seeing right now. Because, as Glasses Malone pointed out, this is a man who literally had it all and squandered it.
Kendrick and his bots that who.
Oh my God! Stop it!
Oh,
nigga, such a fucking dumbass. He's so culturally ignorant, cuz. Like, he's so fucking stupid, man. Like, you gotta get your feelings out the way, cuz, and get back to the business. All that dumbass shit cuz doing is dumb. Like, nigga, you got it. Cuz had it. Cuz had the rock for real, cuz, and this what he did with it. Just dumb.
Super Bowl in 3.5 weeks.
And cuz the nigga hole finna get so much deeper, cuz, after this Super Bowl. Phew.
Yeah, it's gonna get. I'm hearing things, man. I'm hearing like it's a lot of music coming.
And you keep helping and you burying him further when you do that LeBron shit. That shit burying, cuz.
And when it came to the beef, he was.
What do you think Drake was doing when the Super Bowl was going on? Hey, what do you think he was doing? And like Bad Bunny Super Bowl was actually good though, even though the drama, bro. Oh my gosh.
Given an out and didn't take it.
Also, he had the option of saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Like when he did like that, he could have just said, I'm not going to join in. But once you join in and you start going in and he start going back, you can't say, well, he came with a knife and I don't want to fight no more.
Kendrick
no, a fight is a fight.
Kendrick warned you on Euphoria several times. Kendrick said this can go very, very far if you want it.
Basically, the end result of everything that's happened is that Drake is now back to where he was at the beginning of his career, an outsider in hip-hop. In fact, it's gone even further astray to the point that, to many, he's an enemy. Or to be more exact, this was broken down by Ray Daniels in a way that Drizzy will appreciate, a sports metaphor.
You know what you're doing is wrong.
He's heavily insecure. Drake is the away team now. You know when you're at a basketball game and they say, hit that, you can hit that, hit it. No, hit that, no, listen. By the way, I need a sound. No, seriously. Go ahead. They say, you know, the home team, they like LeBron James. Drake is like, Drake. I mean, that's just who he is now.
With things spiraling out of control, it's got to the point that even long-term fans are struggling to abide by it or even engage with his art. Kendrick destroyed Drake so badly that I legitimately can't listen to Drake anymore.
Damn. That's actually crazy. Like, I mean, as long as he makes some good song, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I know it's difficult to listen to Drake how you used to listen. It's like, yo, like he's not what he used to be like. Because Drake before, he used to, that's Drake. Now it's like, yeah, that's Drake. That's tough.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, can't lie. And as if that wasn't bad enough, even some of his biggest defenders are washing their hands of this particular situation.
Yo, the reason why Drake's hate is because of Act. No, it ain't because of me. I'm not filing lawsuits. I'm not doing these things. Like, if you leave it up to me, Drake would disappear for a little bit and just chill out. You know what I mean? Like, but that's me. Like, I can't tell the artist what to do. In reality, I think at some point, you know, the duck lips and the random mirror selfies has to stop, and Drake has to try to answer to this himself, right? This is one of the reasons I don't talk to him about the lawsuit. I've never asked him about the lawsuit. I asked him if it was real once, and the lack of answer meant, other than that, I don't want to know his intentions, right? Because I don't want to be the person regurgitating what he's telling me. He should tell the world.
At the moment, it's hard to see how Drake comes back from this, but considering he's literally one of the biggest artists of our time, it's impossible to count him out entirely. What would certainly be a start is to take some accountability for his part in creating his own downfall, rather than deflect blame everywhere else. And if it's not too late, maybe considering shelving the lawsuit, because that's another L that's really going to hurt. It's your boy Luesta, and I want to thank y'all for watching today's video. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for watching this video. More videos is coming out. Subscribe, like, and comment, and see you next week.